Welcome guys, welcome to the Easter Sunday's video of Oxygen Not Included with Kevin Chapman. We're gonna do a little gameplay here. I'm gonna give you guys a quick update on the base. It's currently cycle 365, so time played 60 hours and 16 minutes. Colony's officially 1 year old today. We currently have 36 dupes, and yeah, 36 for 360 cycles. I'm gonna keep going with 37 on 370 and so on. That's gonna be my challenge for this game. I'm gonna try to have the same number as the first 2 digits of the game, all the way up to 100, and then I'm gonna try to go with 100 for as long as I can. People are stressed. I had 3 dupes get stuck in some mesh tiles, so they're making a bit of a mess. So we got a new one available. Let's take a quick look and see what we got here. Who do we got here today? Lindsay, Frankie, Nisbet. Yeah, they're all pretty terrible. So we'll wait for the next one. So, quick update on the base. I currently messed up. I got a little sidetracked when I was doing my hot water tank when I was streaming, and I forgot to recycle through my weezeworts. Or not my weezeworts, my mealwood seeds, sorry. So, up until now, I've been digging them up at the last cycle and replanting them, but I forgot to do that, so I'm gonna let these run their course, and then I'm officially switching to the bristle blossoms. I've had these ones going for quite a while now, just cycling through. I checked my fertilizer first to make sure. I got 37,000 kilograms, so pretty decent for getting this grow up going at least. Like this base is, she's pretty well pressured. I just installed this electrolyzer. The pipe will be empty. I'm working on more water pump to the base here. Yeah. Not too sure why the water isn't moving. Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. Why is my water not going in there? That switches on. The pump's on. The pump's on. Why are the pipes empty? What the hell is going on? Turn them on? Maybe? I don't know. Sidetracked. Sorry, my bad. Currently just under 300,000 food. Been trying to keep all these full at all times so that I have like a big buffer, so that if I accidentally forgot to do this, I can still survive. It worked out, so it's all good. Currently, I know everybody loves to see how the temperature looks in these situations. My base is getting too cold up in this top corner. I got a lot of people sleeping up here, and they get a lot of interrupted sleep, so I need to wall this off with some insulated. Dig out the abyssalites, replace it with insulated all the way up to these guys, not quite touching them. You've got to get that figured out, because quite a lot of these guys have interrupted sleep. This is quite a bit of stress. I know I'm not going to need stuff for. These 3 idiots got their heads stuck in mesh tiles, so they were extremely stressed. Over 80. I forgot about them for half a cycle. I didn't notice the flashing indication that they were starving. So I got quite a few plants boxes ready. I'm not going to be using these until I can get fertilizer set up. I'm going to put the storage bins over here with just fertilizer, and I'm going to try to make this a growing room. Currently not using the void. It made a vacuum. I've thought about putting food in here, but meh. Currently I'm trying to flood my main water source. So I got guys digging through here, digging up here, freeing up water here. I'm just going crazy now. I'm at 365 days. Like, it's been a year playing in game. 60 hours is a long time to devote to one map. So like I've slowed it down because with so many guys, it gets so hard to micro. If you run it too fast of a speed and you're not paying attention when you get them to do jobs, you lose quite a few people pretty fast, and it sucks. And I'm not a big fan of reloading because that takes forever when you're this far in the game. Like, it takes the game probably 5 minutes to load my maps after 200. Like, I usually pause the game just to move around because all the gas trying to move around slows it. So pause. Yeah, there we go. See, look, now it's way faster. So this is from the frozen pea falling down into the water. Because it hits the clean water first, it freezes it. So there is polluted water, ice, but not polluted ice. It's just ice. So this is working good as an ice cube to keep this water nice and cool. It's all about water in this map. Like, it's crazy. So I installed these 2 pumps, run them full tilt just to get the water into this tank. So I can run these to help boost the water in my base. I don't know why the pipes aren't working. I gotta figure that out. But I don't want these running right now. I want to fill this. I want to send dupes down here to deconstruct all these ladders and sweep all this crap up and work their way up and eventually get out of here and just put some gas tiles across the top so that no puke can accidentally get in here or anything contaminated, and just seal it off and let it fill up and push all the gas out as it goes up. Because I want all that cold water, all this clean cold water I want in here. I want to build a secondary storage tank just to move the clean water. Because my original tank I had up here, I should have built a nice abyssalate bottom to it. I could have had this all full of nice clean water, but I didn't. And it broke, and it all came down here. So my goal was to leave these geysers sealed, but I was just like, screw it. So I just dug in, broke it open, so I can get all that extra water in there, bring the water level up to at least this door if I can. Because now there's, what, 3? One here, one here. This one's currently blocked off. I want it to build up again. I like it when this one gets nice and full of hot water, because then when I release it, it takes the water forever to slowly drain down there, splashing everywhere, and it cools down quite a bit. So that's 3, and then I'll be 4, and I'm not too sure, but I think there's another one up here. Sounds like it. But I want to free the orb, get him some chlorine. Don't even care about the chlorine. If I open this up and let the chlorine fall down, those pumps will pump it all to the void and get rid of it. Gone. No problem. This is my next strip mine. I'm just going to mine it all out. I'm going to send them across so I can explore further up into here. I already know what's down here. It's just a very slow geyser. This one has not been producing very much at all. Like, look at the temperature in here. 48 degrees. Like, most geysers are 80. Like, this thing hasn't been going much since the game started. I don't know why. I think it's because I blocked it off and I'm no longer in that biome. But I don't know. It's an alpha game, early development. Who cares? I don't even have all 4 pumps running because this base is so pressurized. Like, look at that. Like, the plants have no problem growing because the temperature is so cool. bristle blossoms might have come into a problem here, but I replaced the problem area that was wolframite. Insulated wolframite water pipes. Worst idea ever. There was literally like 3 pieces here that was just radiating heat up. Meanwhile, everything else was made out of like abyssalite and gold. So I thought that was rather entertaining. It's like the only thing producing heat in my whole base right now is that one little spot from where the hot water comes in, the first splash, from where it gets most splashes. Like this storage box doesn't even keep ice and snow, it's so hot. They put it in, it melts. Like almost instantly, it's hilarious. So this was the original strip mine, and I should have left it in temperature. This is just from stuff like wolframite and granite from the frozen biomes, and a little bit of materials from other biomes that are close to the frozen ones that have leached the cold. But it doesn't matter what unit you build your storage boxes out of. Like if you build it out of sandstone, granite, like igneous rock, it doesn't matter. If you put cold stuff in it, it will eventually cool down and get cold. The only thing that doesn't do that is abyssalite. So if you want to be an idiot like me, you could make your storage box out of abyssalite, and if you use hot abyssalite, it stays hot forever. So I'm just gonna get rid of that one. I know that's the reason it's hot in there. We'll let them go back to work. So this is the hot water tank that I worked on in my last video, and I streamed on for quite a while. This is working very nice. 9 degrees on the underside, up to about 11, 10, 11. You go over here, it's cold. Cold. Cold, cold, cold. I love it. It's so cold that it's making ice when it flows. Like, the water will seriously flow down so slow to go down each little crevice in the stairs, as long as it's just one flow from one geyser, then it just trickles. And you can see inside these little gaps here. It's minus 24. Find the water. Find the water. 10 degrees. Of course, it's frozen here. It's ice. But the water, 21 degrees, 20 degrees. But watch, it's going to climb. As soon as that water gets to 30, 40, 50, 59, 60, it jumps. But look at this ice. That's only good things. So up here we got the first geyser. It's not doing much. It pisses every once or twice a cycle. Don't have any of these really full yet. I've been focusing on the lower storage bins. I like to take a point from Lieutenant Volks, and I use airlock doors for partial water barriers, because they don't break under pressure, and I just lock them so they don't accidentally come and open them. And the longer you leave it, the cooler the water gets. 75, 88. So I can wait until this geyser keeps filling. I'll build one more door up here, and when the water hits that door, I'll just let it start overflowing. And that 80-degree water will eventually come down here, but this water here will stay relatively cool, so I can just come in here one day and just go open, 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 and just let it all flood down. I promise I will do that on camera. I will record that, and I will entertain you people for sure. Whoever's watching my videos, I notice there's at least 10 views on every video that I posted, so I know one of them was me, because I like to watch it to see how good it was, but I'm not that vain. I'm just testing it out. Do video software and a microphone that I just bought from Staples, so trying to get everything working right is more or less why I'm watching my own video, but only once. My wife thought I watched it 10 times to boost my views. She's cute. But let's pause it for a sec, because everybody's getting stressed. So, my plan. I'm going to take this base, going to almost mirror it right beside it, right here. In my last video, I talked about it a little bit, but the microphone was really quiet, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. But I'm going to go in, I'm going to rip all these toilets out after I make one hell of an elaborate shower system up here. I'm not going to use anything for free water this time. I'm not going to build that elaborate mess of pipes. This time, my goal is to make the toilets and all the showers with all the contaminated water that leaves them flow up here, and I'm going to have a bunch of fertilizer makers up into this area right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a water cooling system. I'm going to pump the cold water that's right now pumping from in here to my base, because down here it's 7 degrees and it's always going to be cold down here because all these storage bins are going to keep the water cold. I know this stuff will eventually melt, but as long as I get a head start on having all these ones full and then just close this door and lock it when it gets full, I think it should actually retain its coldness for quite a while, like quite a long while. As long as I don't open the massive airlock doors above right away, it should work. Currently I'm working on just beefing up the bottom of it a bit. It's going to hold a lot of water. Like, I plan on this being like a cold water silo, so I don't want it to have a weak point at the bottom like the other one, because apparently this natural abyssalite is pretty weak at 2 layers thick. And this is just abyssallate tile, and this is the raw material, so it's way stronger as a tile, like way the hell stronger. So I'm going to leave this one too, going from this point up. It's just the bottom that's going to see a lot of pressure, so I want to make sure this is beefed up. I'm not going to fuck with this. I'm just going to brace it 3 out to here and cancel all this dig and just leave this giant chunk here. That should be a good enough stopper. Bottom left. Okay, I've been following the yellow piss road all the way down the side, literally just pumping it out as I find it, and then deconstructing the pump, building my ladder down, and keep going, so on. But I found the hot shit. I found really, really hot iron ore. So when I get to this abyssalate, I'm gonna have to be very careful because it's hot. Like the abyssalate, look at the color chart. Orange, hot. This is hot. Because I just need to get through to this cold. And then I'm going to build insulated and like make a mine shaft and just block this off. I don't want to fuck with this hot stuff. If I'm going to screw with it, I'll come at it from the cold on the other side, where it'll be easier to regulate the temperature coming in and out. I don't want this to heat up a shaft going straight up to my area that I plan on working in. I think 35 degrees is pretty hot. Like, it's been hot down here for a while, but all the guys have cool vests that come in here. I don't really have the doors set up yet. I know 60 hours of playing this game, I really haven't set up the doors on their suit system. I keep forgetting. It's so easy to get sidetracked in this game. Like right now, I got another geyser down here. More contaminated. Like, now that I'm done here, I think I might just call it quits here and just not even worry about this contaminated. Just say screw it. Don't, maybe, yeah, I'll mine out the algae, and then I'll just seal it off with a door right here. Bam, done. I'll come around here. I'll just deconstruct all my pipes and my wires all the way up to here, and then finish strip mining this bad boy and get rid of all this crap. And okay, one thing I'm gonna make sure I mention right now: if you're mining in an area like this and you're mining all of this, the best and smartest thing you can do is have the storage bins right beside it. And make sure that they're empty and they can hold all of this. So you got a literal F-ton of coal right here and in here. No, iron ore, coal. Iron ore. There's the coal. Okay, mostly coal and iron ore. So iron ore, coal, this shit's just gonna fall. I hate this. I hate that you can't do anything with this stuff, and you can't sweep it, so it just falls and lies there. And the only way to move it is deconstruct stuff and let it fall. So it remains an eyesore. So if you're going to be working in an area like this, find the high traffic areas where they run a lot. Just put art to pretty it up so that the areas that they go the most is pretty. The areas they don't care. Like they're only at 51 stress. Like I got one person at 51, 50, 49, 49, 45, 43, 43, 42, 40. These are all my miners, my runners. These are the people that have been doing stuff up in here and up in the slime biome. They've been working their butts off, and they all deserve a little siesta on the tables. So that's why I have so many tables. Excuse me. Just accidentally kicked my chair. So once this purifier runs out of water down there, I can just disable the machine so it stops using power. Like I love having these switches. Like Skystorm, you're such an inspiration to me. I love the way he does this. Whenever he does builds, he plans ahead. Like this pump down here, the electrical wire runs through here on a switch right here. So this switch, when it's turned on, will power both pumps. But if I don't want to pump the water from here because it's too hot, because I open the doors or something and it's like 40 degrees up here and I gotta wait for it to cool down, I can just run over here, click the switch off. Nobody has to come in here and disable the pump. Like that's the trickiest thing in this game, is planning ahead for things like that. Like you don't want to have to send your dupes into a hot or super cold area to disable things, especially if they're not prepped for it. Like most everybody that goes running in here, Bert, he's not wearing no cool vest. Rowan, he's not wearing a cool vest and he's injured. He needs to get some medical attention. I love watching them get their hands clean. Let's tell Rowan to do that right away. I've learned that you just need one rejuvenator. Just pay attention to your guys' health. When they go into areas and they get scolded, heal them. Don't let them take the damage and then not get healed. Right now, the reason I got these algae oxidizers still running is because this is a area that really doesn't like to funnel out the hydrogen. So neither is this. Like look at that, it's collecting right there. I should have gas tiles here, but I don't want the hydrogen escaping, so I want to force it to the left and up. So I got enough beds for a few more. The goal here is I want to get rid of all these storage bins. I want all these storage gone, and that's going to be my bedrooms, my new bedrooms. And then when I get rid of these ones, I'm going to put some more mess tables down, and I'm going to put a few mess tables underneath all the storage or the food bins to boost the speed it takes for them to get the food and eat, so they can just grab it and sit down right there and eat. The water in here is so cool, like cool. All the electrolyzers that run. Oh, there's the water. Booyah. Alright, well, now that the line's full, let's turn that on. Alright, so that was the anniversary day. Now that it's nighttime, everybody should be running back to their beds. Yep, there we go. See, look. Bubbles, she's wearing her cool suit. Who's up here? Nails is wearing his cool suit. See, that's the thing that sucks, and I really need to get this figured out. Maybe that's what I'll do on the next video. I'll show you guys me putzing around with these stupid doors, getting them all set up. But apparently these doors, you can You can set them to auto, but you can restrict access. So passing left through this door is permitted. So I can click that, and then only everybody that's in that ice biome can leave, and then they're trapped. They can't go back into the ice biome. And then I can give a bunch of people warm sweaters to wear for the cold biome, and then pick them on this list, and then only let them go through both ways, so they can go in and back out, and come get their food, go to bed. And I'm going to make sure that all the ones with the warm vests are the ones sleeping in the cots up in this top corner, where it's cool, because I don't want to cause heat generation up here. I want to keep it cool. So I'm going to try to have all the guys that sleep on this side and down here, and all the people that are eventually going to join the colony and sleep in here where it's going to be warmer. I'm going to have them all wearing cool vests. Like, look at this. I know it's contaminated. I don't care. I got enough sand. I'm going to show you guys something cool. Check this out. Filtration. Sand. 205,000 kilograms of sand. I don't think cleaning this air is going to be a problem at all. I'm just going to make an air purifier. I'm going to have gas pumps pump this contaminated air into a shaft similar to this, with a series of air purifiers on mesh tiles all the way up, and then an air pump at the top to pump out the clean oxygen. Pump the contaminated to the bottom, and it'll slowly rise and get clean, and then good oxygen will come back out and into the base. I'm going to follow Skystorm's blueprints for the central air conditioning. I'm going to have a pump in several problem areas where the gases tend to want to go to. Like contaminated oxygen will end up in the top right corner, so I'll put a pump in the top right hand corner with a filter to filter out the contaminated to the cleaning chamber. And then I'll have one up in the top left corner for hydrogen to filter the hydrogen to the gas line that I currently have for contaminated air to here, and that will take it all the way to the inside of my base, and I can switch it around here so that the hydrogen goes back to this line and over to the hydrogen generators and so on. Lots to do, lots of plans. Like, I don't care about all this storage, it can all stay there. Like, this is just going to be, I want it to be more contained. Like, I want to be able to pop hydrogen and chlorine pockets and not have to worry about them making their way into the area that I use for all my stuff. Like, I just want to make this storage room and the toilet area and the access to the water, I want this all to be clean air so they stop getting the spores. And I can also, as I mine these frozen areas, I'm thinking not this one over here, but the one below it, this one down here. I'm going to use this one for my contaminated oxygen cleaner, and I'm going to put a bunch of wheezworts. I'm going to try to leave all the granite in strategic spots so that I can put as much wheezewort in here as I can to make this a super, super cold area that will help cool all the air that I pump into it, and then I'll cycle it back up to that main area. Like, it's just, it takes time, you know? It took a long time just to strip mine this whole area that was full of hydrogen and contaminated oxygen and all the fun stuff and chlorine. Like, still got storage I can set. Keeping the storage for this slime and everything, and all of this coal and everything up here. I want to get in here. I want to come at it from both sides. I want to get to the top. I haven't got to the top yet. Almost. I got to the top on the other side. Take a shortcut. Boom. I know you can click and drag, but my mouse is so sensitive. The wheel is clicky. Here we go. All alone. The puff made a vacuum. Like, WTF. Anyway, top right corner of the base. Right there. So, my goal is to mine out all the way petroleum all the way around. Expose this whole side, and then when this whole side is completely empty, like the other side is, build another base. I don't know. I'm gonna keep going until this game crashes or the black hole eats it or my computer can't handle it no more. That's the goal. I really need to lock that. I'm gonna lock it. Just leave these two on because there's gonna be a lot of clean water for a long time. And this pump. Oh, it's not working right now because it's entombed in ice. But I'm going to turn this off and move this vent over to here and have that added to this tank instead of back into here. This neat idea is to clean the contaminated, but the contaminated is going to sit here and never flow down. It's just going to sit there forever. But this stuff will. So if I technically wanted to, I could seal this off with gas tiles right now. Higher and drain all of this water and all this water all down here, and then just dig this out and make these gas, or not gas tiles, but bislate tiles go all the way across to the boats. What? Almost the last battery, and just let all that water flow down over top of the hydrogen. I don't know if it'll kill these. It'll be interesting to see. Turn this into a giant water purification cool down area. I don't know. My head hurts just thinking about all the different things you can do. Trying to wrap my head around the fact that I ran out of seeds before I was ready with the fertilizer. Like, I have fertilizer. I have a lot of fertilizer. But once I start growing all of these planters that are in my base to bristle blossoms, yeah, that fertilizer ain't gonna last long. So anyways, well, I'm getting a little tired, so I'm going to call it a night. So I'm going to end this video here, and if you guys liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you got any comments on what you think I should be trying to do here or what I shouldn't do, feel free to leave a comment. I'm always open to suggestions. Turn this on quick here, and if you enjoy the content and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video.